kicks to Pavlich. Got him. He had to have a big night for them to win. Well, he has to have a good kick here, you'd reckon, for them to win the match. If he kicks this, they're back in front. It's looking good. Oh, it's hit the post.
Yes, Matty Pavlich, that was round 6 and just didn't quite get it done by that much. Geelong take on the Fremantle Dockers this week. There are the odds, TAB Sportsbet. Get your bet on there, $1.05. Favourites Geelong, one of the shortest prices for this year in the head-to-head against Fremantle. First, playing 14th. Geelong, last 5 wins by an average of 66 points. No changes, Shorey, in the Geelong lineup.
Well, they were sensational last week. I was over there in Adelaide. Their first 15 minutes, and there's only one word for it, ballistic. They just blew Adelaide out of the water, not just in intensity and tackling, but also just their use of the ball was brilliant. Andrew Mackie has now become a very good player at this level. Brad Ottens has just been pushed into a little bit of form. They're winning games, and every week that he has is going to mean he's going to be ripe for the finals. And one player, I think, Brian, the last month is Travis Varco. Now, he missed out in the grand final last year. A lot of people said he didn't go hard at the contest enough and wasn't physically strong enough. Well, I think he's shown a couple of things in the last month that he really wants to play in this grand final. Oh, sorry, not grand final, we won't preempt that, but he wants to play in the finals and have a big part to play because his tackling's been good, he's been creative, and it's not about just kicking goals with him, so it's been good signs.
And David, as someone that coached 3 premierships, how important is it the following year to have someone in that's got that little bit of hunger, a couple of those players?
There's a bit of a theory that says you need 4 or 5 changes in the team. You need 20 to 25% turn around the team if you're actually going to win it. History says that that's in fact become the reality, and Geelong have already done that. They've already introduced 5 or 6 players now, and there's another Ablett hovering in the background that might make 7 are available.
May too. The Cats' last 5 weeks, they have just been getting better and better since they got thumped by Collingwood 5 weeks ago. And rounds 1 to 9, you look at it there, they're averaging 106 points for, 85 against, 125% they were. But have a look at this, rounds 10 to 14, averaging 4, they're kicking more goals. Average against is now 68 points, conceding less, percentage is up, goals accuracy inside 50, everything is up. They are looking sensational over the last 5 weeks.
Well, Colby, I just think their intensity, I think they needed that defeat by Collingwood. And you don't say they needed defeat, it means that they need that kick in the backside at the right time. And that last month has been as good a football that I've seen from a side, especially a reigning premier.
They've just flicked the switch, haven't they? They were unbelievable last week. And Selwood, he amazes me, this kid. He is going to be, you might as well pencil him in for a Charlie one day because he's outstanding, that kid.
I'll tell you what you've got to admire about Geelong, Dave. This happened last week. Steve Johnson and Gary Ablett were both on the bench in this particular game. Look at Stevie J serving it up to Gary Ablett. Gee, as a coach, you must like that sort of self-discipline.
Well, without knowing, say, the result, and you looked at it and you say, here's 2 blokes having a blue, their side's 5 or 6 goals down and they're giving it to each other. This side's about 20 goals in front and they're still constructively critiquing what each other's doing. I think that's a sensational example of where this club has got to as a group.
Surely that could take you a week as a coach to design that discipline there, but when a player gives it to another player, it's just invaluable, isn't it?
And a player who's had a background for a long period of time, changed it around last year, and then for Gary Ablett, we know, has been up on a pedestal for a fair while, it just shows they've got no embarrassment about trying to bring people down a notch. And to me, that keeps the pressure on. That is leadership at its best, and that's why you win premierships.
All right, let's have a look at the Fremantle lineup and see what they've got to offer in terms of their ins and outs. Johnson, McFarlane, Farmer and Brown all back in. Out, Hayden with a hamstring, so is Dunn, and omitted is Peake. And of course, Peter Bell retired. Congratulations on his career as well, Colby.
Yeah, I think off the top, Peter Bell, a class individual, and a privilege to play with him, and just wrapped that he's obviously played 286 games of footy because he's come from a long way, and terrific effort from him. Robbie Warnock is an interesting one. There's going to be every club in the land wanting Robbie Warnock's signature, and this club have got to get the signature of him. Him and Sandilands will combine together amazingly well over a long period of time, get it done. Pavlich, again, did everything 2 weeks ago but couldn't actually win the game. Josh Head was an interesting player. He came into the side for his first game. Beautiful left footer, kicks the ball 50 or 55 metres every time he gets it. He'll be a player of the future. And Ryan Crowley done the job, a really good job last time on Ablett. So that matchup will be very keenly watch this time round.
I was reading the paper, and did I read that they were stars coming back into the side for Fremantle? Who were they again?
Well, mate,
stars.
yes, there's Luke McFarlane, he's a star, isn't he? Michael Johnson and Jeff Farmer. Now, BT, you're a star man. You rate people all the time, every weekend.
I don't rate them
you
all
rate
the time.
people.
I did it once.
Now, where do these three guys sit in your ratings?
Look, on Triple M Football, we had a quick rating scheme, Shorey. I'll rate you in a minute. We had down the bottom, lucky to play, plotter, journeyman, very good player, star, champion, superstar, or the Bill Gates category, head and shoulders above the rest, like Lee Matthews and Wayne Carey. I would put those guys, Shorey, I'd put you in the star to champion category, which is two from the top.
Big guy.
So kind.
But
Probably because the rap I gave you off the top, is that it?
I would put those guys in the plotter category. They are plotters, they're not stars.
Luke McFarlane.
Luke McFarlane's a plotter at this
He'll
stage.
probably be the only person from Fremantle who might get close, with Pavlich, as in All-Australian.
Tell you who I've got in the plotter.
Michael Johnson, I'm not plotting. I don't think he's a plotter.
Kent Kingsley, Jared Malloy. I won't mention him anymore. We can't mention him. What are we doing next?
What about the Spud? Where did the Spud rate in the... Danny Frawley. Where did
Spud was really disappointed because I put him in the very good player category alongside Warwick Kappa. He wasn't happy, Spud. Before the bounce, he'll be lining me up tomorrow on 6:30 Eastern tomorrow night. All right, boys, let's have a look at the tips on this game and see who you think's going to win it. Geelong and Fremantle.
Geelong, but look, I expect Fremantle to come out, and this is nearly as good a side as they've had probably nearly all year, other than Peter Bell retiring. So, yeah, look, they'll be competitive, but no, I think Geelong down there just unbeatable.
10 or 12 at Skilled.
Yeah, Geelong at home, and Moons is really starting to find his touch now. He'll have a big last 8-10 weeks.
All right, Essendon.